Today we're 3D printing and assembling the B&T VP9, or you might recognize this as being very similar to the weld rod in the game Sniper Elite, as it's certainly inspired by that. And you'll find the links to the original designer's files in the description below. They've done an amazing job here, and this is actually quite an easy print, although there is a lot of supports needed. And I would say that this model fits into the fidget toy category because when you fully assembled this, it is so much fun to play around with. So first up, we've got this that goes in the back, and this is going to be connected to this piece here. The trick though, is that needs to be connected after it's in. So it's all about getting this fitted in, glue it up, and then you're good to go. And of course, once the end piece is in place, this will not come fully back out. And this was tricky as it is keyed. So it was a real pain in the ass to get it in there. And the thing about it is it's actually not centered on both pieces. So it's a little bit off center. So you can see me here having a lot of issues trying to get it in. So I had to dig off camera to do it. But it was easy enough once I was actually getting a better look at it. And then you just hold it until it sets. Next up is the bottom, and this has got a couple of holes. You can see a circle and a kind of rectangle. Unfortunately, I did not record this very well, and you can't see me put this piece in, but it's pretty simple. You just got a bit that goes into another bit, and then you'll have this slide on, then the two pieces there connect into those holes, and that's you done. I gave it a little bit of a pressure fit, but honestly, you don't have to. It's actually quite, kind of has a lot of variability that's fine, so don't worry about it. Now we've got the underside here, and you can see this circle part. That's where that cylinder is going to go into. And this is the best part about assembling this, because it just has these inserts for each side, and it's just really easy to assemble. I thought I was going to get the hammer out when doing this, but actually just some glue, push these bits in, and you're done. Do that on both sides, and this is just really cool. And this is also us done with all the gluing. The next parts you can actually take off and on, and it's so satisfying. So this is where it gets really, really cool. And this is also the entirety of the body of this thing. So to me, this is another part that makes it so satisfying, because you've got these bits to connect to it, which are cool to pull off and on and all that. But you also have the body that is just so compact. It looks incredible. But anyway, we got one last little piece which goes in here. So just a little bit of glue on the end, and we are all good. And that is us on to the final assembly. So first up is the front, which has a nice screw to go on with, and this is just satisfying to do. At this point, I've already taken these bits off and on multiple times after making this. It's so cool. So once that's done, we then have this piece that goes in here, and then we are complete. And this thing looks exceptionally cool, and like I say, it's also a surprising fidget toy because messing around with it is just so satisfying. You've got the bit on the front you can take on and off, you got the bit on the bottom you can take on and off, but you also have the bit on the back that comes out and goes back in. So all of it just feels really cool, and I was surprised about that once I built it. So major props to the designer here, and this was just so good to print, so good to actually assemble, and so good to play around with afterwards. I'll also say that the original designer here as well, you can of course find a link to this one, but the original designer does all kinds of incredibly complex stuff like this, and they are just getting amazing and making some of the most cool 3D models I've ever checked out. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll catch you next time.